Look at Charles. Look at that turtleneck sweater he's wearing. Holy shit.
Professor Xavier, I'd like you to meet Allison Crestmere.
Hello, Allison. Welcome to the Institute. How are you?
A little confused, but I'm okay.
That's understandable. Perhaps Jean could take you on a tour of the mansion, or would you prefer that I show you the true purpose of the Institute in the sub-basement?
No offense, mate, but that sounds like a proposition. I really don't want to go into the sub-basement with you, old man. I have a fear of bold people. So this is where we can decide on what to do. But as with all games, we have to decide whenever the hell we want, because it doesn't really matter. I am going to say, why was I brought here?
Why was I brought here?
You were brought here for your own protection. The people who attacked you in New York City were members of the Brotherhood of Mutants. They can be extremely dangerous.
So they could come after me again?
Perhaps. Which is why it would be best for you to stay at the mansion, at least until we determine exactly why the Brotherhood attempted to kidnap you.
Okay, Patrick Stewart. Oh no, are you the leader?
Are you the leader of the X-Men?
I prefer to think of myself as their mentor. I leave team leadership to Cyclops or Storm.
But you brought them together, right?
Yes. I started with Cyclops and several others. As time passed, I found more mutants who were capable of handling the responsibilities of being an X-Man.
Who's the Brotherhood?
Who's the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is an unruly collection of mutants who consider themselves above humanity. They operate outside the law and use their abilities to further their misguided desires.
But what do they want?
They've labeled themselves Homo Superior and believe they will inherit the Earth. But they are far from meek.
I love the fact that Patrick Stewart is doing Charles's voice. It's so good. That right there is enough for people to go out and buy this game. Support the leader. I'd like Jean to show me around before I go. I think going to the sub-basement is continued to the story, I think. I'm going to ask Jean to show me around.
I'd like Jean to show me around.
It would be my pleasure. As you move from room to room, I'll give you a little information on the X-Men.
Once you're done with Jean's tour, come back here and I'll show you the sub-basement.
Lead the way, Allison.
That sounds like such a proposition. You want me to go to the sub-basement with me, old man? It sounds like he wants to take me to his sex dungeon. There are many wonders to be found in the X-Mansion. Feel free to explore everything that the mansion has to offer. See, that right there is such a nostalgic nerd. I love it. A few comic covers, visit the Danger Room, and such. Just going around the X-Mansion.
Welcome to the Xavier Institute, Allison.
Cheers, Jean.
This place is huge. What is it?
This is the Xavier Institute, a school where mutants learn to control their abilities, as well as discovering more about themselves and their place in the world.
A school for mutants? I didn't know there was such a thing.
The fact that the students are mutants is kept secret for everyone's protection. In addition to being a school, the mansion is also home to the X-Men.
Cool. I've heard of the X-Men.
Okay.
What room is this?
The library is one of the most popular rooms in the house. There's a wide variety of literature here, from Shakespeare to comic books. It's an interesting mishmash of styles, kind of like the X-Men.
Huh.
Who are you?
My name is Jean Grey, and I've been an X-Man most of my life.
Today, in New York City, were you talking to people with your thoughts?
Yes. My mutant abilities deal with telepathy and telekinesis.
Uh,
You're a mutant?
Yes, I am. You'd be hard put to find someone around here who isn't.
I didn't think there were many people like me.
Our numbers are growing, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, Allison. Even though there are a few people who would like you to be.
a few. It's like 80% of the world wants mutants gone. It's terrible. It needs to stop. Mutants are just an evolution of humans. Like that they say, Homo superior to shitty humans.
You're telepathic?
I have the ability to read minds and communicate mentally.
And telekinesis means you can list stuff with your thoughts, right?
Exactly. I've grown quite powerful at it over the years, but I doubt I'll ever master it.
I wonder if she said that. Weird that she doesn't think she'll be able to master her powers.
Thanks for the info.
Right. Comic did we pick up? Given the following permanent bonuses. What? I don't know they give bonuses. Can I not read it? Oh, I think I got that comic. Right. I think I do. My bookshelf is rammed full of comics. Because I'm that kind of guy.
Classes are held here, Monday through Friday. The students receive a full curriculum in math, history, physics, and a wide variety of other topics.
A badass school to go to. This would be a school that you don't care about getting up in the morning to go to. Yeah. That's back to Charles. That clock would piss me off, that would. One pet peeve I hate is
This is the sitting room.
ticking
It's a
sounds.
great place to kick back and relax. Needless to say, this room doesn't get a lot of use by the X-Men.
Yeah, I hate the sound of clocks ticking. It triggers me. Gives me massive anxiety attacks. I don't know why. But the ticking's not helpful.
Believe it or not, we do take the time to sit down every once in a while and have a meal together, just like any other family.
I can't picture any of the X-Men actually cooking a meal.
You haven't lived till you've tasted Pete's barbecue or Betsy's Cornish hen.
But only if there's 10 of you. I don't know where Mr. 11 Plus is going to sit. He probably had to sit on the floor. I mean, it's a nice dining room, but... Oh, no, there's Mr. 11. He sits on this chair. All by himself. He has to balance the plate on his knee. Oh, no, a minute. He's got a friend. Mr. 12. Anyway. I guess 13 and... No, they can't be out there.
This is the day room. It's beautiful, isn't it? There are times I find it hard to believe there's a high-tech underground level beneath this grand old mansion.
An underground level?
Oh, yes. But I'll leave that part of the tour to Professor Xavier.
I'd rather Wolverine show me around, you know? It'd be hilarious. Review cinematics. We don't need to do that. Why aren't those clocks ticking in perfect synchronicity? So this is the type of house I want. I want to walk from a front door and notice that I have 2 sets of armor. Just 2 sets of armor. Just sitting here. You know, never going to wear them because obviously they don't fit. But, you know, I want to be that rich that I can just walk from a front door and there just be full suits of armor. Is it that much
Did
to
you have a
ask?
question, Allison?
Who owns it?
This house is too cool. Who owns it?
The Xavier Mansion is owned by Professor Charles Xavier. Once it was his family's estate, but he had bigger plans.
Looks as if it hasn't changed since it was first built.
Oh, it's had quite a bit of remodeling over the years, but we're very fussy about keeping things as close to the original design as possible.
But that's what's weird though. Can you imagine how much it costs to, like, if this house gets partly destroyed, it would cost you more to renovate it to what it originally looked like, to renovating it to more modern. Like, surely it'd be cheaper, especially if your house is getting destroyed every other Friday. If you just made the walls out of cheaper materials or made it a bit more modern. Hell, make it out of adamantium. That would stop Juggernaut from walking through walls.
This place is huge. What kind of things are here?
The mansion has dormitories for the students, a swimming pool, a library, and a huge lawn should you feel the need to stretch your legs.
Who's Professor Xavier?
Professor Xavier, or Professor X as some call him, is the founder of the X-Men, but perhaps more importantly, he's a teacher.
What subject does he teach?
Humanities. He's trying to help mutants and non-mutants learn that they can live together peacefully.
So, Professor Xavier's a mutant too?
Oh yes. He's the most powerful telepath alive.
Thanks.
I want to go upstairs. Yes, to the bedrooms. This is when things are getting interesting. Going into somebody's bedroom and getting a guided tour. Ah, I'd love to visit the expansion in VR. It would never happen.
The second floor of the mansion has
can all
bedrooms for
dream.
many of the X-Men. Feel free to wander around and look in the rooms.
I wouldn't want that. Imagine that. You're in a dormitory and people are just wandering into your room. We're just having a look.
This is the second floor elevator. From here you can go to the first floor or the sub-basement.
Okay. What we got around here then? It looks like Kitty's room. Oh,
This is Rogue's room.
really?
You'll like her. She's a bit of a wild child.
I wouldn't say that's Rogue.
She tends to get into trouble.
Well, Rogue did a few questionable things before joining the X-Men, but she's proven herself to be an invaluable member of our team.
If you don't mind me asking, what can she do?
It's a bit complicated, but her power deals with direct skin contact, which is why she always wears gloves.
Kind of vague what her powers are. Just say she absorbs energy from whoever she touches. Now, whose room would this be? Someone adult, because they've got plants. Storm?
Aurora Monroe lives
Yes.
here. Her mutant abilities allow her to control the weather, which comes in handy with her favorite pastime, gardening.
Aurora. What a pretty name.
Her code name is Storm. She takes over as leader of the X-Men if Scott Summers isn't around.
Ah. I thought her name was Aurora. Aurora Monroe. Oh, well, again, get out of the way, Gene. I guess that is correct. It's just the way they pronounce the O at the end. This is a bloke's room, probably Bobby's.
Bobby Drake stays here. His code name is Iceman.
Let me guess. He makes ice.
He can freeze almost any object instantly. I'd keep an eye on him if I were you. He's a real charmer.
He thinks he is. Okay. Well, judging from the Canadian flag on the door and the fact that he has some kind of incense, I want to say this is Wolverine's. One of those. It looks like the sticks that you burn at temples in Japan, if I remember correctly. Something like that.
Did you have a question, Allison?
Yeah, would you stop standing so close to me so I don't accidentally press square on you?
Thanks.
This room belongs to the ultimate man of mystery, Wolverine. Although he's a bit rough around the edges, Wolvie's the best friend you could ever want, and the worst enemy you could possibly imagine.
It's true. This one? Maybe jeans?
This
No.
is
Oh.
the home of Peter Rasputin.
Colossus.
He's pure Russian, from the top of his crew cut to the bottom of his size 18 feet. You'd never believe a body of steel could house such a gentle heart.
I forgot Colossus is in this game. Is that a view concept art? Ah, so this is where the game shines for me, this trivia machine, which we're doing the next time. Answer questions, you get XP. It's fucking great. Goes to show how much of an X-Men nerd you are. Which, I pride myself in. And the next object, prompt appear. Okay, doesn't matter. Ah, this is, Beasts. I think?
This room belongs to
Oh, it's
Scott
Scott's.
Summers. You met him in New York, the guy with the optic blasts. He was the
Oh.
very first X-Man, and he's the team leader.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He's kind of cute.
And he's kinda spoken for.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
I'm just teasing, Allison. Scott and I have been together forever. I'm lucky to have him.
Ah, she said that like a jealous wife, didn't she? Like she'd scratch your eyes out. Examine picture of Jean. A wooden frame picture of Jean sitting near the helm of the small sailing boat, wearing a heavy sweater, sits there. There's wind in her hair. The look on her face is joyful. Sign across the top is a message to Scott, all my love. Here's a picture of myself. I love you. Who does that? I thought this was Beast Room because of the weights, but maybe this one's Kitty's room.
This is my bedroom.
Oh.
I've lived here off and on since I was a
Damn it.
teenager. The X-Mansion is pretty much the only real home I've ever known.
How old are you? You've got a teddy bear in your bed. Examine Jean's rose. Stylized image of two hands holding a rose. Sentiment, oh, love will bloom forever. What a sappy bastard. Bloody makes you sick, doesn't it? Is this going to be my room?
This is your room, Allison,
Damn right I want it.
if you want it. I bet you'd find the mansion a great place to learn about your abilities.
I'm not sure if I want to learn about them. After what happened in New York, maybe it'd be best if I never use them again.
But Allison, if you don't learn to control your abilities now, they could wind up causing far more damage later on.
I suppose you're right. Still, I don't know.
Oh, Kitty had a room. Maybe she doesn't. This is Beasts.
This is Hank McCoy's room. We call him Beast, but not as an insult. You'll find out why when you meet him. To look at him, you'd never guess he was such a bookworm.
Right, because it's a blue monster. That's not fair. Fucking need more chalk. Okay. I think that's it for our guided tour. That is the load screens, which are pretty cool. So we're gonna head to the trivia machine, and I'm gonna pause. In fact, no. Let's head back down to Professor X, because I need to save the game. And unfortunately, there is no save point around here. I think there's maybe one in the sub-basement, because it's kind of where you go to start your missions, I think. Like, I'm hesitant to cut a lot of these load screens out. Like, I can pause my recording, but sometimes... oh shit, that's the wrong way. Yeah, sometimes the game has audio as soon as the load screen finishes, and I don't think I can react that fast. I'll have to cut them out in post. It's going to be a pain in the ass. And this is... Oh. Cyclops. Beauty of the world. Anyway, let's speak to...
Hello, Allison. Are you ready to see the true purpose of the Institute?
I'd like to...
God damn it. I did the wrong thing again. Yes.
Could you take me on the sub-basement tour?
Yes, indeed. You see, a majority of this facility is underground so as not to attract the attention of those who mean ill will towards mutant kind. It features state-of-the-art training equipment that helps prepare the X-Men for any challenges they may encounter. This is the War Room. From here, we keep a watchful eye on the world for any signs of trouble. This is also where the X-Men meet to formulate combat strategies.
What's that holographic globe?
That is the mission control computer. With it, you can examine and activate any missions that are currently available to the X-Men.
I'll have to take a look at that later.
Very good. Now, would you like a tour of the sub-basement, or would you prefer to explore on your own?
Well, I'm gonna take a tour.
I'd like a sub-basement tour.
Feel free to inspect the rooms. I'll follow along and explain as we go.
Man, who wouldn't want a guided tour with Patrick Stewart giving you information? Now I need to find the save point. I think is over there.
Oh, wow.
Shiny as
This is
fuck that floor is.
incredible.
Thank you. We're rather proud of it.
There it is. Alright, I'm gonna take a save here, so yeah, one sec peeps.